how cute. These are my three lucky little piggies, and these are decoupaged rocks. I'm going to show you how to make these, and no worries, if you're a beginner, you're going to be able to make these too. Welcome to my channel, Decoupage D.I.Y. with Joan-Marie Domino. Before I get started, I just want to ask, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please give us a thumbs up, share with your friends, likes, and leave me some comments. I love chatting with you. Okay, let's get started. These are the things that you're going to need. Rocks, a cute napkin like my little piggy napkin, a sponge like this, brushes, Mod Podge decoupage glue, and some paint. First, we're going to start with the rocks. You want to make sure they're good and clean, free from dust, and nice and dry. Then take a look at your napkin. In my case, I have my little piggies, and I want to make sure that the images are going to fit on the rocks that I picked. Now, painting rocks can be a little bit messy, so always put down something to protect your work surface. On to painting the rocks. I'm using Ivory Chalky Paint by Rust-Oleum. It's a nice thick paint and it goes onto the rocks really well. And I'm just using an ordinary paintbrush and I'm going to go all the way around the top just like that. See? Good coverage. I love chalk paint. Now I'm going to go ahead and do exactly the same thing with these other two rocks. And once these are completely dry, I'm going to go back and put a second coat on top. Onto the napkin. Now I only needed to use one panel or one square of this napkin for the piggies that I needed. Now you need to separate the napkin, so I'm putting a little bit, well, you don't need to really put that much Mod Podge on my fingers, but this is what I do to get those back layers away from that top printed layer. And then you just pull it apart like that. Goes pretty quickly. And there you go. Ta-da! Now on to removing the little piggies from the napkin. Now I'm not going to be using a scissor. I'm going to be using a water brush. It has a tube of water and the water feeds through into the brush. If you don't have one of these, just take a paintbrush and dip it into water and you can do exactly the same thing, which is to trace around the piggy. Now when we take the piggy off, it's going to have a soft deckled edge. It's going to blend into the paint on the rock. Okay, so I'm just going to trace around the piggy like this with the water. The water is weakening the napkin, so see how easy it is for me to pull it apart like that. And I'm going to get a beautiful deckled edge when I'm done. Now here at the bottom, I did have a little bit of this gold I wanted to remove. I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go over with a little bit of water, and I'm just going to pick it off until it looks like that. Now let's put those little piggies onto the rocks. I'm going to be using Mod Podge. That's the decoupage glue. I'm going to be using a brush like this one, and I'm going to have a little piece of saran wrap ready so I can smooth down the image if I have to. Okay, so of course take the little piggy off, and then I'm going to put a little bit of the Mod Podge glue on, just like that. You don't need a lot. And then I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to spread it nice even coat all over the rock, just like that. Then I'm going to just pick the piggy up and very gently put it down on the rock right there in the middle. And then take my brush and just go over all of the edges to make sure it's blending into the rocks. Now, just to smooth it out a little bit more, I am going to put the piece of saran wrap on top. So sticky. Anyway, there we go. And I'm just going to smooth it a little bit with my fingers. So it's going to look really good. Oh, look how cute that is. Okay, my piggy rocks are nice and dry, and now I'm ready to frame the piggies using a sponge and some paint. Those are the green paints that I chose. Here's my sponge. So I'm just going to kind of dab it into the paint and just start going all the way around, just like this. Very easy. Till it's done. I'm on to my third little lucky piggy rock. And I'm doing the same thing. I picked a little bit darker of a green. And if you notice that the rocks I picked really go well with the different types of pigs and the way they're posing. So cute. I want to add that when you're doing a project like this, you don't have to do all the rocks one color, then another just one color. Have fun with something like this. Like go in and add a little bit of darker green, a little bit of lighter green, and kind of blend it in. It doesn't have to be perfect or all one color. So it makes projects like this so much fun and good for beginners. What do you think? They're so cute. I really love them. Now that the piggy rocks are all done and they're nice and dry, we want to put a top coat of Mod Podge on them. When we do this, Mod Podge, it's not just a decoupage glue, but it also is a sealant. So when we put the Mod Podge on top, it's going to seal the little napkin and it's also going to seal the paint. Now, if you're going to be keeping these inside, one or two coats of Mod Podge is absolutely fine. Now, if you belong to a kindness rock group in your area, well, you want to think about where these are going to be going. If you're going to be hiding them outside, and this is only if you have a kindness group in your area and you have an administrator, you want to put something on that's going to be a little more durable. And for that, I'm going to tell you to use a product called Door Clear. Let me find it here for you. Here it is. It's a gloss varnish. You put a couple coats on this, and then if you are hiding them outside because you belong to a kindness rock group, you don't have to worry. Now, if you want extra blingy zingy, there you can use the Mod Podge Extreme Glitter on top as well. So here's the napkin that I used, of course, along with the Mod Podge, and I get my napkins from Vippies Designs, www.vippies.com. They have lots and lots of napkins. You don't have to pick this exact napkin. You just want to find something that has cute little images on it like this. Now, if you're a beginner, I think this is definitely something you can do right away. Now, I mentioned the Kindness Rock project. I'm going to put a link to that below so you can read about it if you like. Now, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Decoupage D.I.Y. with Joan-Marie Domino. Give us a thumbs up, a comment would be nice. Don't forget to hit the little bell, and thank you for watching.